Welcome to All is Possible number 7. For the ones who are new, I am Gaitana, and together with Yantal, we share the Enlightened Education teachings. This is a curriculum that we received from the Ascended Masters. Hope you're all familiar with the Great White Brotherhood. It's a brotherhood of light. So it's all the masters from East and West, from all the spiritual traditions that have already ascended in consciousness and body. And they are helping humanity also go through the process of ascension, daily ascension, okay? So basically, these Ascended Master teachings are helping any human being, anyone here on earth, walk the path of the light, a path of light, to accelerate our spiritual growth, because we know that when we are in this density, sometimes it's difficult to make progress. There's so many inner and outer obstacles that we have to be removing and overcoming. So these teachings are meant to help you prosper. The main frequency of our entire curriculum is prosperity. That includes abundance, of course, but more than that is how to remove our inner and outer obstacles to freedom, enlightenment, and ascension. Yes, we are our own liberators together with the masters. So you will see that what we teach is based on Christic and Buddhic initiations, but not from the religious standpoint. They have been adapted for the age of Aquarius. But you will find that we bring a lot of teachings from Jesus and from Buddha and all the Ascended Masters, and we are weaving that into an Aquarian curriculum, yeah, for Earth. Also, we want to say that we have changed our website. If you go to the previous one, you'll still find us. That will redirect you to the new one. But the new one is enlightened-education.com. We are focusing more on the teachings now, on the technology. So it's enlightened-education.com. If you still go to the previous one, you'll be redirected, so you won't miss us, okay? So I would like to get started by connecting with our hearts. Take a deep breath. And of course, you're all here because you read about this invitation somewhere, but you may not be aware of the reason why you're here today. Maybe you have a general idea of why you're here. So let's take a few moments to set the intention for this 2-hour retreat. What is that deep desire that you have to be sharing these 2 hours with us? What is it that you want to overcome, transcend, challenge inside, illuminate, discover, learn? And if you have a piece of paper, you can write it down. For the ones who want to share, you can also share on the chat box. So why devote these 2 hours to inner healing? To let go of the distractions of the world? In the inner levels, what are you really looking for? So of course, it will have to do with finding the light in the darkness, but that can still be too general. So maybe what is your darkness right now? And if you're here, on some level, you believe that you can transcend that. There's a way to do that. But maybe start by defining that darkness in this moment. So Seva is already sharing, continue to pull away from matrix ties and thoughts. Great place to do that. Thank you. Yes. Ashaya, clear any forms of unworthiness and receiving divine light, love, and healing energies. Beautiful. Swana, full illumination for the light to consume all my darkness. I love that. Monica, find what is going on spiritually that is causing health digestive issues. Good. I think you'll find many tools and insights that will be helpful today. Shailen, silence the mind and surrender to the light. Beautiful. Simbel, illuminate and strengthen my true connection to God. Kina, purify obstacles to my I am presence. I have been working on resentment, pride, but I became aware of panic and pain. All should be gone. Great, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, well, I think we've got enough, right? But if someone else wants to, I see you side typing, so I'll wait one more time. Purify my lower body to connect to, what is the last word? Yes, I purify my lower body to connect to
source. Sorry,
source.
I can't.
Okay, source. Good. Okay, so purify my lower bodies to connect to source. Beautiful. Yes, we are going to do that today for sure. Okay, so these are the individual intentions, and all of them are weaving a force field of possibilities today. And then there's the general intention, why we created these online retreats. So for the ones who are new, this is number 7 already. You can, if you want, you can go back to All is Possible 1 through 6. They are all on our YouTube channel because we have been sharing a lot, not just tools, but also transmissions on a monthly basis. And you might want to go back or just start from here. So the general purpose, intention for these retreats that we do on a monthly basis is to get ready to walk the path of Chilaship. Chila means a disciple of the ascended masters. We start in general the path as students. Students is anyone just interested in the teachings. You might maybe buy books at home or listen to podcasts or in our case, YouTube, and become acquainted, yes, with what is available. But once you become a Chila, you start really walking the path of liberation and ascension, yes? The Ascended Masters have said that to even be interested in their teachings and walking that path, we need to have clear 25% of our karma. Otherwise, we have so much trauma or fear or disconnection inside that we don't even find the path, yeah? So hopefully the ones who are here today, you have all cleared at least 25% of your karma to just be listening to these teachings. But that's not enough, then you have to go for that and start walking the path, yes? So why would we choose to be interested in these teachings and receive these transmissions? Because when we start mentoring with Ascended Masters, it means we want to serve the mission, the cause of the Masters. And the cause for the Age of Aquarius is freedom. Not human independence. I'm going to be more independent in life. Freedom. Freedom from suffering. Freedom from karma. Freedom from the cycle of rebirth. Freedom from samsara. That type of freedom, right? And we can only achieve that if we partner with Ascended Masters, beings who have already become liberated, who are karma free. Only someone who is karma free can help us liberate our karma, yes? So that's why we want to go to the Ascended Masters for this. So especially for the new ones, is everyone aware of the Ascended Masters, who they are? You can use a chat box and say no if that's the case. Like, who are the Ascended Masters? I want to know that we are all on this. Okay, so, okay, good. Most are saying no, so that's amazing. So basically, the Ascended Masters have been human, like us. They have been on Earth. They have had the same challenges as we are all having now. They had made karma in the past, and they had their gurus, they had their mentors, and they could overcome all of that. So think of Ascended Masters as Gautama Buddha, Master Jesus, Mother Mary, Lady Nada, Lady Master Magda, Lady Magdalene, all Krishna, I mean, all the masters that you now maybe pray to or connect with when you need a little bit of healing and support. They are all on another octave of energy. They're not physical anymore, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. Yeah. They don't need a body anymore. They can serve us from other planes of consciousness. And so basically all the masters from East and West you can think of, they are Ascended Masters. They form what is called the Great White Brotherhood. White has nothing to do with the color of the skin. White means the white aura, yes, the white halo they have around them, because they have become saints. Yes. White is the color of purity. So when we really walk the path of ascension and we become completely liberated from karma, we become saints. And you will see that in paintings, how you see the saints in paintings, and they have this white halo around them. That's the causal body, because they have purified themselves. Okay, so those are the Ascended Masters. Every Ascended Master has made the vow, the Bodhisattva vow, that they will help humanity and they will be in contact with human beings till samsara is emptied. Yes, till there's no more suffering here in the world. Okay, good. So I want to read from a pearl of wisdom. Our guru, she's no longer in embodiment, she's called Guru Ma, Elizabeth Clare Prophet. She used to write pearls of wisdom together with Lanello. You can clear that, Yantal. Yes. Pearls of wisdom are a transfer of light and wisdom from the Ascended Masters to help us make sense of ourselves, our circumstances, and what is going on in the world and universes beyond. So I'll just read an excerpt from one Pearl of Wisdom. It's volume 18, number 2. It's from El Moria, because it's how El Moria defines what a chila is. The true teacher teaches the chila. So the chila, remember, the one starting to walk the path of liberation, enlightenment. The true teacher teaches the chila how to come to grips with his karma, past, present, and future. He shows him how to study the law of causation, cause and effect, in his own life, and to trace undesirable conditions of the present to the core of past actions and interactions with individuals, family members, and the world at large. Thus, the reactions of the past produce the ramifications of the present. And step by step, the chila is taught to withdraw from the fabric of consciousness the blackened threads of unwise sowings of the past, that he might reap a more abundant harvest in the karma of the future. So there's positive karma and negative karma. To do this, the chila must transcend the former state of consciousness. There's no other way. Else he will repeat the same mistakes. To transcend that state, he must break through the paper bag of his own finite awareness, the cul-de-sac of mortal reason in which he has been floundering for centuries of incarnations. Thus, when the pupil is ready for the breakthrough, the teacher appears. Yeah? That's why we go back to, at least if you clear 25% of the karma, you are receptive to find the teacher, find the guru, find the teachings, find the community that can help you be completely victorious. But it takes a journey. If you watched our previous retreat, All is Possible on Las 6, we introduced there the world teachers. So within the Brotherhood, there are many masters in different offices, meaning they specialized in different things. And there are also the world teachers. The world teachers are now Master Jesus, you all know Jesus, I hope, and Master Kuthumi. And why do we have to connect with the world teachers right now? And they are calling all of you here today. Because we need a new curriculum for the age of Aquarius. The way to get back to source is different from the way we did that in the previous dispensation. So we can either walk the path of the Ascended Masters, that's invitation for all of you, or that is to become free beings, or walk the path of the world and keep on looping in a cycle of suffering. Yes, that's a choice for humanity right now. We either walk the path of the Ascended Masters to be free beings, or walk the path of the world, that's a path of karma, and keep on looping in a cycle of suffering. And that's the attachment to mass consciousness and the world of illusion. So when we connect with the heart of the world teachers, Master Jesus and Kuthumi, they can start giving us the true doctrine. You know that the doctrine has been distorted, much has been left out. So heart to heart, they start transmitting to us in meditation, in sleep, in many ways, the true doctrine. That's the offering from Kuthumi and Master Jesus. And they help us open our crown chakra, the world teachers, the crown chakra, so that we can bring more light into the world, more light into our consciousness, and that's how we help usher in a golden age. We all know that Saint Germain is the hierarch of the Aquarian age. So this is an age of alchemy. Only through alchemy we attain freedom. But the teachings of Saint Germain don't cancel Jesus's teachings. Yes, we cannot just start from Aquarius. Aquarius builds up on all the previous dispensations. So the Aquarian dispensation, all that we have to learn now for 2000 years, builds on the Piscean revelations. That's why Jesus is coming back, the second coming. He promised the second coming. Will he manifest as a person again? No, not necessarily, okay? But we all have the Christ consciousness in us. And that's how Jesus is calling all of us, together with Kuthumi, heart to heart. It's a vibrational calling, yeah? And he can start teaching you in your heart, in your inner temple, all that you need to know and remember to make progress on your spiritual path. So to walk this path of light all the way, we need to activate our victory consciousness. When we have a lot of karma, that creates what we call the defeat mindset. Oh my God, it's impossible. It's too much. I'm tired. You know, it's all that defeat. Because yes, karma is not easy, you know, to balance. So we need the victory consciousness. That's why we call these online retreats, all is possible. All is possible. But that has to be really our mindset. All is possible. And we said before that all is possible is not a mantra for the ego. All is possible is not, you're great, you can do it, go for it. It's not that. That's mind. All is possible means that spiritual realization is possible for all of us when we have a burning desire for the truth. Only that burning desire will help you dissolve that matrix of illusion that Seva was talking about. Because there's nothing you want more than the truth. The truth shall set you free, Jesus said, right? So we want the truth because that's the foundation for liberation. So that's why we mentor with the Ascended Masters. I recommend that the ones who are not familiar with the Ascended Masters, and especially the Well Teachers, then go to the replay, All is Possible number 6, the one before this one, because we explained in detail who they are, why they're calling all of us, and how we can respond and answer their calling. So let's go to the theme of today's online retreat. Find God in the darkness. Many people don't believe in God. There are religions like Buddhism, they don't believe in God. So I think that sometimes we get caught up in words. And what is God? We'll define God today because it's not what most people think it is. So ultimately, we see that there's still a lot of separation in spirituality and religion, when ultimately, I think we are all saying the same things. Yeah, but we have to go beyond the literal meaning of words sometimes. So let's start by the collective belief of what God is or is not. And we all have to overcome that limiting view if we want to start the path. God, most people think God is outside ourselves. So that's the first limiting perspective. God is outside. People still think God is a person. That's very limiting because it's not true. Most people think God punishes and rewards humanity. Kind of a maniac God. If I behave well, he rewards me. If I behave bad, he punishes me. That's not true. So then most people conclude I should be afraid of God, or maybe I should stay away from God, because it's kind of a very erratic person, right? If he has a good mood or she has a good mood, everything will be okay. But if she wakes up in a bad mood, I don't know what's going to happen in my life, right? So then we can conclude sometimes God loves me and sometimes God does not love me, apparently. This maniac, right? Sometimes he does love me, sometimes he doesn't love me. And the other common belief is God does not exist at all. There's nothing higher, there's no realm of light, right? So when we believe all of these things, which is either God does not believe or it does exist, but it has all these funny qualities, we actually deny our own karma. Those are all projections to just make God responsible, that thing called God responsible for our lives. Instead of accepting a very simple truth, that there's nothing, nobody outside of ourselves controlling our destiny, giving us cookies if we behave well or punishing us if we don't behave well. It's just the use of our energy that is creating heaven or hell for us. There's no God in that sense doing something to us. It's our karma and our dharma that is displaying a certain reality outside, quote unquote. Yes? So then we are not responding to that God person outside of ourselves. We have absolute dominion over our life, use of energy, and destiny. Because the only thing defining our reality is our karma and dharma. In other words, the amount of light and the amount of darkness in us. That's the only variable affecting your reality. Yeah? So when we get distracted in these external things, even God as an external thing, we can still find excuses of why things are happening to us. Poor victims, right? To us. You're a victim to nobody, not even God, because that type of God does not exist. Your life is a manifestation of this formula of light and shadow within you. Very simple then. So then, if I absorb more light, I will change my circumstances. If I amplify my darkness, I will create this other reality for me. Yes? So we are absolutely responsible for every experience in our lives. Absolutely responsible. Absolutely. That's what humanity does not want to understand, because it's easier to think that someone is doing this or that to us. And the ultimate projection is, well, God, it must be God then, right? Oh, doesn't exist like that, not like that. So what is God according to the Ascended Master teachings? God is an acronym, G-O-D, that means geometry of divinity. Oh, not a man, a person in the sky, on a cloud, that type of God? No, that one doesn't exist, sorry to say. God means geometry of divinity. In other words, a force field of energy. A force field of light, emptiness, luminosity. It's a force field. Why would I connect to the geometry of God in my life? Because it's either I connect to that geometry that is perfect and that can remind me of my perfection, or I am plugged into the egoic matrix, which is completely distorted. So we cannot heal unless we take refuge in the geometry of divinity. That's perfect sacred geometry. It's either that or a broken matrix, so to speak, a broken force field. So it makes sense then that we want to invoke God, the geometry of divinity, if we want to become whole again, if we want to heal our inner fragmentation. Because whatever we connect with, we become, ultimately. Yeah? So we want to go into that field of perfection all the time, and that will accelerate our path of liberation and enlightenment. So then when we say in this retreat, find God in the darkness, find the geometry of divinity, find the force field of light and perfection when you are in inner chaos. It's kind of entering a mandala. You know that a mandala, it has symmetry to it, because when you see something that is symmetrical, it brings order to your mind. Yes? So this force field, this GOD, geometry of divinity, is kind of a big mandala of perfection, cosmic order, beauty. Yes? Perfect patterns, a perfect design. Then you start downloading all these into your consciousness. And that starts rewriting all the programming, the human, ancestral, karmic programming that is causing the suffering. You understand the principle behind God in this way? Yeah? Now, what you do when you connect with that matrix of perfection is up to you. You have to absorb it. You have to believe in it. You have to allow that to purify you from all the human belief system, etc. So find this geometry of perfection in the moment of darkness. It's the fastest way to go out of suffering. The light has also been defined as the guru. The guru is the light. Because what does the word guru mean, guru? The dispeller of darkness. Only the light can dispel the darkness. So the guru is the light that dispels the darkness. Your guru can be your I am presence, your inner God self, your own inner design of perfection. It can be your connection to your spiritual lineage. It's very important to find your spiritual lineage. That helps a lot. And, or if your Dharma allows it, a spiritual master in embodiment. Not everyone has a Dharma to find a guru in embodiment. But if you do, that's another way that will facilitate lots of things for you. But basically, you want to find the inner and or outer guru because it's the one that will dispel the darkness. You understand the word guru? The dispeller of darkness. And she will help you connect with this God faster, to accelerate your spiritual liberation. So why do we all need a guru on the path, ideally? Because when we start the path of conversion, the path of ascended masters, our mind is very unstable. It's full of fear, confusion, pride, obscurations. Why? Because we have a lot of karma, and the karma obscures the truth. Yes, we start believing in the wrong things. We are very, very confused inside. So we need to find the light in some shape and form, right, to become liberated. Now, the more abstract that light is, the more difficult it is to connect, because at the very beginning, we have a big mind, right, and a lot of karma, and we need tangible ways to connect with the light. When we say, oh, just connect with God, right? the geometry of divinity. There's, where is it? What is that? I don't even believe in that. I can't connect. Like what, you know? But connect with a physical guru. Connect with a spiritual mentor. Connect with, you know, this ray of light. Something more concrete. The stepping down of frequency is to help us. Yes, we need tools. We need technology. We need a way to get back to that God. Okay. Ultimately, when you make that connection, you will feel that all the tools, all the ways will dissolve into just connection and unity, right? But till we get to unity consciousness, we need practical ways in which to go back to that matrix of perfection, which is, in other words, your original consciousness. Your original enlightened consciousness is intact always. But we don't know how to make the connection. And when there's a lot of unworthiness, as I was mentioning unworthiness today in the intentions, if there's a lot of unworthiness still, we don't feel we even deserve that perfection again. Yeah. So we want the connection, but we reject the connection at the same time. That's what the path is for, right? So today, the invitation for all of you here is to learn how to find hope in the midst of challenging situations. Ideally, we all want to be learning how to overcome all these things and not be trapped in cycles of depression, negativity, hopelessness, frustration, or feelings of injustice. That happens with duality. When we still have a dual mind, so me, God, me, people, me, humanity, me outside, the default mechanism says like something outside of me is to blame for my life circumstances. Okay? So then we always develop a feeling of injustice. I cannot heal because of you. I can't make progress because of that one. Yes? If it were just for me, I would already, it's just you. It's always just you, right? So all those are excuses and projections and things not to accept that whatever is happening, you are creating it. You're choosing it. And you can shift it. You can shift it. All is possible. So I want to transmit a few things before we go into the practices, but we have to give a certain context to do the alchemy together today. So what do we need to understand to align with the geometry of divinity, with that God? First of all, we need to develop a lot of compassion. We'll be cultivating that today, compassion. In Buddha Dharma, in the Buddhist teachings, Dharma is not only Buddhist, right? But Buddha Dharma is Buddhist teachings. They cultivate different perfections, paramitas, they call it. And one of them is Kshanti, K-S-A-N-T-I, Kshanti. That's the paramita of patience. Are you all familiar with patience? Maybe, no. I introduce you to patience. It exists. We can cultivate it within. And there's a name which is Kshanti Paramita for that in Buddhism. What is the patience that we have to cultivate? It's not passive waiting for things to happen. It's not that type of patience, right? They define it in these three ways. The patience of forgiveness. We will do forgiveness practice today. Doesn't it require patience to forgive? All the people you think they owe you something, they're responsible for your suffering. Because of them, you can't make progress. Patience of forgiveness takes patience. The patience of being able to accept suffering and karma. Can we all say we have the patience to carry our own cross? We have to develop that. And the patience of being able to engage in virtuous practice, disciplines, and service. Yeah. So patience is not the human patience. I'll put up with you. That's actually not patience. That's pretense. It's all the patience to walk this path and deal with the light and the shadow within without projecting that onto others. Very difficult to master that. It's very tempting, you know, because we don't want to feel the suffering. We want to pretend it's not there, you know. So Kshanti is something we have to develop from the very beginning. Only the ones with a lot of patience will endure on the path, because it's pretty challenging. Yeah, it's direct, but it's pretty challenging. And also karuna. Karuna means compassion. But patience and compassion, you know, they're close friends. If we have compassion, we are very patient with ourselves and others. And if we are patient, we can have compassion for all life. Okay. The other thing we have to understand is that darkness is the expression of karma. Like when we see darkness, where is that coming from? You know, does this land in my reality? How did it appear in my reality, in my mind, in my body? So darkness is the expression of karma. Karma is the misuse of cosmic energy. So in other words, we connect with the God and then we misuse that energy. That's the karma. We need to transmute that darkness because it's our karma. It's our misuse of energy. And how will we learn to use energy correctly unless we learn how to use it correctly? And we go through the process of alchemy. So nobody will do it for us. And this is the other belief in humanity. Karma will not eventually evaporate. It won't just evaporate. It's going to stick with you till you resolve it. Some people even have the thought that, well, we all die eventually. And at the moment of quote unquote death, well, everything evaporates together with my body, including karma. Guess what? Karma never evaporates. You'll take another body and continue your journey until you resolve it. Karma does not evaporate. You have to deal with it, or you'll carry that forever. Yeah. The law of karma does not involve punishment. Am I being punished for having used cosmic energy incorrectly? No, you are given the opportunity to learn how to use it correctly. Karma is opportunity to learn. Karma is opportunity to face your own creation and make another choice. In the God, there's no punishment. Opportunities for growth, opportunities for transcendence, opportunities to earn your victory because you got it, you understood how to apply that cosmic energy. So karma is the law of correspondence in action. Karma means correspondence. You experience what corresponds to you. It corresponds. As within, so without. It's perfect. The other thing, whatever you project will end up swallowing you up. Whatever you project will end up swallowing you up. We need to transmute those patterns. So the principle here is that for the world to change, you need to wake up and heal. Oh, hold on, Gaitana, wasn't it the world that has to change? There is no world. You are the world that you perceive. You are the world that you perceive. Whatever you call my world doesn't exist in itself. It's your perception. You are living in your own world. I live in another world. I see other things. So you are the world that you perceive. You want to change the world? There's only one that has to change. You. The moment you change your vibration, you change your perception, you perceive another world altogether. Difficult to understand, difficult to get that, yeah? Because in duality, of course, we see outside, and we are the victims to that. A very good way to start this alchemical process, and you'll need patience and compassion for that, we always say start with your human parents. Who are your human parents? First of all, be grateful for them, because they lent their vehicles, their bodies for you to be born. But other than that, they will show you all that you need to transcend. All that you see in your parents that you don't like, you know who you're looking at? It's you. Oh gosh, they don't even exist. No. Not that the people don't exist. They do exist. They are an embodiment. All that you see in your parents that you don't like is you. You were born into those parents and family because they will show you the karma that you haven't resolved yet. So start there. Use those two mirrors. If you want to go fast, just look into those two mirrors till they become completely clean. Meaning they don't trigger you, they don't affect you. You know, there's nothing there creating inner chaos and disharmony. So we need healing, and unless we first heal, we cannot help others heal. We have to heal first. What happens when we heal? We become an impeccable mirror for others. That's part of our training and our community. Our life mentors, the guru, become impeccable mirrors. Meaning, we just reflect what is without distortion, without manipulation, without pity, without need for approval. It's just what it is, okay? Before we can become an impeccable mirror, it's the only way we can serve, because an impeccable mirror does not project. You understand? It does not punish, it does not project. It just, hey, this is what you are right now. Before we become this impeccable mirror and we can serve others, also heal, we have to purify ourselves completely. Yes? If we still have issues with mother-father, that will impact all the rest of the female-masculine relationships. So then this becomes easy. I'm the only one needing healing, and I have just two mirrors I can look into if I want, mother-father. That's it. With that, could be enough. If you do that in a work, that could be enough. All the rest of reality is the extension of the trauma, the fear, the separation you still have with father, mother. In other words, with your masculine and feminine energy inside. But they will show you. They will show you. How do you know when you end that process? There's only love. Only love. That doesn't mean that your parents have cleared or healed. Yeah? But you don't blame them for your conditions. They have nothing to do with your conditions. You attracted them to heal. Yeah. The other thing to understand, to find God, geometry of divinity in the darkness, is that everything has a higher purpose. We have a limited perspective, the human judgment, how we interpret things, which obscures our life lessons. So we often think that lessons are unfair because we ignore the law and our life plan. This shouldn't be happening. I don't like it. Why is this happening? So we ignore many things, right? Because we have a limited perspective, when we are separate from God, the geometry of divinity, we judge everything according to our personal opinion. But everything has a higher purpose. That means that challenges are opportunities. They are opportunities to correct our view, our perspective, and align our actions. And sometimes the worst moments, what we say is the worst moment, can be the best one. And sometimes the best moment can be the worst one because you are comfortable, you're not accomplishing anything, you're not healing. Very tricky what is good and bad in life, right? So when you are in the midst of challenges and darkness and negativity, it can be the best moment if you use it to heal, of course. If you stay stuck there in that, looping pattern, it won't. But if we don't judge lessons, if we don't judge life, whatever we are creating from the higher self, we just embrace it. We want to learn from that. And on the other side, there's always going to be more connection, more depth, more love, more forgiveness. Yes. So it's important to stop judging things as good or bad, fair, unfair. I like it, I don't like it. Be more neutral, just accept everything. And there's always that blessing in disguise. Nothing is what it seems. Yeah, nothing is what it seems. Also, your current circumstances, whatever is going on in your life right now, your current circumstances, don't impede your spiritual progress. No excuse. Whatever is happening, you can transcend, yes? You can actually use them as a springboard to accelerate your spiritual progress. It's up to you always. It's up to you what you do with life circumstances, right? There's never an excuse to say, because this is happening, I can't do this or that. Because that is happening, if you learn it, you will be able to do it, right? The other thing, all the ones here, you could consider yourself light bearers. Yes, you're on a path of light, or at least wanting to start a path of light. So to be a light bearer is to carry light in you and to want to keep on amplifying and expanding that light. The light bearers are also the 144,000. If you have heard of that archetypal number, it's not an exact number, it's an archetype. And the light bearers are the ones who are supposed to challenge darkness, supposed to challenge evil. Evil means energy veil. That thick thing that is obscuring the truth and impeding humanity to connect with source. So the light bearers, all of us, are the ones who are supposed to dismantle the matrix of illusion. If we, who are supposed to be doing that and bringing light into the world, run away from darkness, who's going to do it? If the ones who have been assigned to do that run away from the task, who's going to do it? So we need to turn cowardice into divine courage. to benefit all sentient beings. It's us. It's us together. Yes? And remember that the best way to help humanity evolve is by transmuting your non-virtues, your karma, your negativity, your density, your darkness. Because when you heal that inside and you truly purify that, there's no more point of resonance with that frequency. That means that there's a collective agreement to not keep that in the field anymore. When many people purify and they create a force field of light, that light has a new agreement to just keep the geometry of divinity going and dissolve all that is not the geometry of divinity. So inner alchemy supports collective evolution. What I clear in myself, I help clear in the collective, because it means that cannot attach to me anymore, or I cannot attach to that anymore. That's the power of inner alchemy. Yeah? And we are supposed, the light bearers, the 144,000, to be sustaining this force field of perfection. And we should all be agreeing that all that is below that frequency of perfection should be disintegrated. That's the commitment. And that requires a lot of work. We have to cultivate a lot of light in the chakras to actually do that, yes? And the other things the masters gave me, and now we go on to the application of all of this. They said the process of inner conversion is like having fever. Fever purifies the body, doesn't it? Fever is uncomfortable, but it consumes the toxins, what does not serve. So they're saying, go through the fever before experiencing renewal, your spiritual resurrection. The fever is the heat of the fire burning and consuming what is not perfect in you, in me. The fever is good. It's burning something inside. That is your ego, of course, that you don't need, you don't want. It's not you. So go through the fever. Don't think, oh, am I ill? It's just the fever, you know, the purifying fire. And the last thing, to see the light, to find God in the darkness, to see the light, you'll need to sacrifice your inner victim. To see the light, to find God, to completely plug into the God, you will need to sacrifice your inner victim. That's the requirement. So you can use a chat box. Who's willing to sacrifice the inner victim to connect with God? Yeah, I hope it's all hands up. That's the commitment. Okay, that's the only way it can be done. So we said that we have to start developing a lot of compassion, because karma is tough, you know, and it's not nice to be dealing with our own karma, but we have to do it. So we start with karuna, the compassion in our hearts. So our life mentors, Simbel and Swana, will share a few foundational practices to start transmuting the inner cause of suffering. It's inside, and create an opening for the light to come in. So Simbel, you can get started. Now is the active part of the retreat. We'll go into the disciplines.
So before we begin with our practices, we always like to invoke our mission protectors. And as Gaitana has said, we are light bearers, and we are supported by light beings. So let's just take a moment to connect with them as I read the call to our mission protectors. In the name of the I Am that I Am, we now call forth our mission protectors so that they guard our path. Protect our guru mentor, protect our teachings, protect our community. Heavenly and worldly protectors, Elohim and elemental life, archangels and legions of angels, spirit of the Great White Brotherhood, masters of the Ruby Ray lineage, help us embody our prosperity consciousness so that we can benefit all sentient life. Avert the inner and outer obstacles, the serpent mind and the temptations that could prevent us from revealing our true nature by returning to the I am. As we open the door of humanity, help us dispel all conflict and disharmony, support our constructive endeavors, increase the virtue of auspiciousness, and swiftly show us how to accomplish all our enlightened activities so that we can fulfill our global service and be victorious. Guide us as we completely purify our individual and planetary karma and consecrate our life to the activity of the light. We vow to use our sacred energy to liberate humanity from samsara. To achieve collective enlightenment and ascension, we pray. To achieve collective enlightenment and ascension, we pray. To achieve collective enlightenment and ascension, we pray. Just feel all the support from the ascended realms pouring in. So just take a moment to close your eyes if you have not already done so, and really connect to this light, this divine light, this sacred geometry that surrounds us. That is us. We are all connected to this web of light. May divine energy surround me and activate my body of light. May my higher self remind me how to use my life force energy wisely. May everything unite in the presence of the light. May everything unite in the presence of the light. May everything unite in the presence of the light. Since we understand that light is the foundation of creation, it's the foundation of our cosmos, if we want to bring more light into the world, we have to clear inside of ourselves what is not light. And we have a beautiful practice that helps us do that. It's the sacred breath, which is also known as square breathing or box breathing, where we inhale for the count of 4, and then we hold our breath for the count of 4. We exhale for the count of 4, and we hold our breath again for the count of 4. And as we do this, to make this sacred, we add an affirmation. So as we inhale, we can receive light. And then as we hold, we alchemize all that is not of the light. And as we exhale, we return that to source. And then we hold to re-encode our temples with more light. And so if it helps, I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. You can put your hand on your heart to really connect with your heart. As you take a deep breath in, just feel this light within your heart radiating, connecting to a pillar of light that runs up and down your central column. connecting all of your chakras in constant motion. And you can feel the light from above coming down from source, entering in through your crown chakra. As it moves down, it charges each of your chakras. And as it gets to your feet, through your Earth Star chakra, you can direct it down to the heart of Gaia, connecting to her crystalline consciousness. And bring that light back up, moving through your body, up again to source, this constant ebb and flow of light, moving from heaven to earth. You as the bridge between. And we can begin the sacred breath. Inhale to receive. Hold to alchemize. Exhale to return. Hold to re-encode. Inhale to receive. Hold to alchemize. Exhale to return. Hold to re-encode. I receive as I inhale. I alchemize as I hold. I return as I exhale. I hold. I re-encode as I hold. I receive. I alchemize. I return. I re-encode. I receive all this cosmic light. I alchemize what is not of the light. I return all that to source. And I re-encode with new light codes in my body. I receive. I alchemize. I return. I re-encode. Continue to breathe in the light. Breathe out toxicity. And wrap yourself in this light, creating a tube of light of divine protection. Feel this exchange. All this light coming in and re-encoding your light temple. You can take another deep breath. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. So, since we are bringing more light to this realm, it's the way we dispel the darkness. We have to cultivate more light. And so the sacred breath helps prepare us for that. And another way that we cultivate light is through our throat chakra and by decreeing, because when we speak, this ripples out into all our spheres of consciousness, out into the cosmos, and it shifts the vibration and the frequency. And so one of the beautiful decrees that was introduced in the last All is Possible is the I Am Light decree, which was gifted to us by the Ascended Master Kuthumi, who's the world teacher, along with Master Jesus. And so we'll do 3 of these. And the idea is that we build momentum when we repeat this decree. I've been doing this decree for quite a while, and I really love it. Every line, always as I work through it, shifts something within me. And at different times, certain lines step out. But the first line, just I am light, glowing light, radiating light, intensified light, is really something that I continually say to myself, because I am light, and it helps to sort of reprogram the mental mind. The more I can really say that, and we all hear that, we know that, but we really are working on embodying these principles. And I feel like that's what this decree has helped me do, is to embody it. So let's all do this together, and we'll begin. If you want to, you can close your eyes and visualize yourself as light if you have it memorized. If not, you can read it. But just visualizing your pillar of light just really radiating and glowing is a beautiful thing to do. So let's begin. I am light, glowing light, radiating light, intensified light. God consumes my darkness, transmuting it into light. This day, I am a focus of the central sun. Flowing through me is a crystal river, a living fountain of light that can never be qualified by human thought and feeling. I am an outpost of the divine. Such darkness as has used me is swallowed up by the mighty river of light, which I am. I am light. I live in light. I am light's fullest dimension. I am light's purest intention. I am light, flooding the world everywhere I move, blessing, strengthening, and conveying the purpose of the kingdom of heaven. I am light, glowing light, radiating light, intensified light. God consumes my darkness, transmuting it into light. This day, I am a focus of the central sun. Flowing through me is a crystal river, a living fountain of light that can never be qualified by human thought and feeling. I am an outpost of the divine. Such darkness as has used me is swallowed up by the mighty river of light, which I am. I am light. I live in light. I am light's fullest dimension. I am light's purest intention. I am light, flooding the world everywhere I move, blessing, strengthening, and conveying the purpose of the kingdom of heaven. I am light, glowing light, radiating light, intensified light. God consumes my darkness, transmuting it into light. This day, I am a focus of the central sun. Flowing through me is a crystal river, a living fountain of light that can never be qualified by human thought and feeling. I am an outpost of the divine. Such darkness as has used me is swallowed up by the mighty river of light, which I am. I am light. I live in. I am light's fullest dimension. I am light's purest intention. I am light, flooding the world everywhere I move, blessing, strengthening, and conveying the purpose of the kingdom of heaven. Take a breath in, really feeling this light radiating out. And last month, we were all encouraged to say this decree daily, 9 times. I think it takes about 5 minutes to say it 9 times. And I would encourage everyone to continue saying this decree on a daily basis so that we can radiate the light onto this earth realm.
Thank you, Simbel. And if everybody would like to keep their eyes closed, to keep this connection that's been built through the previous practices. And we are going to invoke the sacred fire of the violet flame and ask for the assistance of Saint Germain. This is a sacred fire of alchemy. This is a violet fire. And the way we will be using it today is through a prayer that Saint Germain has given us as a community. And the light of violet fire is within this prayer. And this fire pierces through all patterns of resentment and anger, suffering and pain, all the accumulation of the ways that we have misqualified divine energy and how it's accumulated and created a momentum within us of disharmony within. So as we use this prayer, it moves deeper and deeper, and it pierces through records within us, beginning with the records that are most recent within us, and it begins to move further backwards through previous lives and experiences. It goes very, very deep. It will bring emotions and visions forward the more that we use this sacred fire daily and honor it. But it also asks for our participation because it does not do all the work for us. Otherwise, we would not change our ways. So this flame is asking us to mature, to take responsibility for everything we have created, and to be willing to change our own patterns and behaviors, and to become more of these Christed frequencies within us, these light beings that we have the potential to become. And so when we say this beautiful prayer, we are speaking words of light, words of deep forgiveness and compassion for ourselves. And the deeper we go with this practice, we are capable of holding forgiveness and compassion for others. And so this is our intention. This is our intention today. And we can say this as a community together, but also for all those who are new to this prayer, you can listen to the words and allow the waves and the light of the violet fire to burn through all your patterns of resentment, fear, pain, and suffering. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. I bless myself and I bless my Creator. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. I bless myself and I bless my Creator. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. I bless myself and I bless my Creator. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. I bless myself and I bless my Creator. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. I bless myself and I bless my Creator. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. I bless myself and I bless my Creator. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. I bless myself and I bless my Creator. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. I bless myself and I bless my Creator. One more time. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. I bless myself and I bless my Creator. And just visualize this potent, sacred violet fire burning through all of these records within you, preparing the way and doing the alchemy. And now we are going to call in the beautiful ray of green, which is the ray of health and abundance. And with this ray comes Master Hilarion with his guidance. After we have done the emptying of the records with the violet fire, this green healing ray comes in to replenish, to nourish and sustain us with this vibrant green light. Just allow, surrender, and accept this wave of vibrant green to wash over you and fill you. We shall say this mantra to allow this green ray to move through and do its healing alchemy. Truth above all else. 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 We are being balanced in all ways, being purified by the violet fire and being replenished by the green ray. Let's take a few centering breaths as we ask you to allow yourself to move deeper within to a state of center inside yourself. This is your sacred temple inside. There is space here to hear and to commune with the light that wishes to commune with you. But we have to move into this space inside of us to allow for this connection. And so visualize your pillar, your column of light, moving all the way through you, connecting your chakras. It moves up through the crown, through the cosmos, into source, where you're connected and anchored and receiving all this pure divine light. Allow this column to move down through the soles of your feet into the crystalline core of Gaia, allowing for this connection and you in your center. Begin to breathe. We will be doing a silent meditation for 12 minutes to assist with our ability to focus inside and be in our center, and to be disciplined with our intention and energy. Every time you fear a thought or allow a thought to try to distract you, allow your breath to bring you back into your center, into your temple, and you may wish to use the mantra, I am light, to guide you back to your center, to the I am light held inside of you. And so we shall begin just focusing on your breath, staying centered, present. I am light. slowly bring your awareness back to where you are sitting and gradually open your eyes.
Thank you, Samaná. I hope you all received your increment of light. It was very profound. We'll share just one more tool to find the light in the darkness. And before, I want to quote from the Bible, Matthew 6:22 through 24, from King James Version. This is a part of Sermon on the Mount, and you'll see why I'm reading this today. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and Mammon. So what's the meaning? We are saying that we can find the light, but to find the light, we have to concentrate our energy on a point of light. That's a single eye, it's a point of light. We have to align with a divine vision, not with the chaos, the confusion, the darkness, the projections. We just have to find that center, that point of light. When you find that point of light and you are determined to let go of unreality, you will be victorious. You will dismantle the egoic matrix within and without. Single eye does not mean that you have to develop cross eyes trying to fix your attention on your third eye. And it's not a joke. Many people try to do that in many traditions. They think, I have to become single-eyed, yeah? But they become cross-eyed instead of that. Single eye means commitment. Of course, you can, if you want, you can focus your inner eye, your spiritual eye, but it's not really about that. That's one way you can do it. It means that you are determined to find the truth, to be single-pointed, single-eyed. You're not confused, you're not divided within, you know what you want, you pursue that path all the way. So the mantra in our community is truth above all else. This mantra that Swana shared by Master Hilarion, truth above all else. If that's our foundation, that's the point of light, truth. I focus on the truth in each moment. I want to know the truth of this situation in this moment. So this is the right attitude of any Chila of the Ascended Masters. And the Masters have given us an affirmation, which is truly, find me in the darkness. Find me in the darkness. We'll practice that today together. Find me in the darkness. Find me is the G-O-D, the geometry of divinity. That luminosity and emptiness that is within you. Find me in the darkness. What happens when we find God in the darkness? We dissolve the mental bubble. The mental bubble is something that we all have previous to enlightenment, and it's all the neuroses, of humanity. It's duality, it's paranoia, persecution, all the things that are going on in the mind, and we create our own bubble of perception that is actually distorting our perception and not allowing us to see the light. It's kind of the black cloud that we are in. And the affirmation or the power of the affirmation is that it starts with a very active verb. It's find me in the darkness. It's call to action. This geometry of divinity, God, is not saying, well, see what you do when you are in a pocket of darkness. It's a command. When you are in a moment of tribulation, when you're in a moment of confusion, when you are processing a lot of trauma, when you are dealing with a lot of karma, when you are trapped in these cycles of negativity or darkness or shadow, this matrix of perfection says, find me in the darkness. It means it's our responsibility to dissolve the victim mindset in that moment. We have to be proactive. We have to go for it. We have to mean it. We have to strive towards that. We have to make a little effort, a good effort, to break through that matrix of illusion, to want to see the truth, to dismantle the victim mindset inside, and to stop the individual and collective suffering. Yeah? So in those moments of darkness, God, G-O-D, is saying, find me in the darkness. It's not an excuse to stay there. You have to find me. You have to be willing to find me. You have to be willing to get out of that hole of negativity. Yeah, come find me. So in another word, God is telling you, I give you the responsibility back. I'm always here. Yes. That field of luminosity and emptiness is always there. Your true essence is always there. So you come find me, because I'm already here. Understand? So I'll do 27 times of this. I have my wrist mala, the short one. So we'll do internally, silently, 27 times. If you have a long mala, 1/4 of the full mala, 27. Find me in the darkness. Whenever we give a mantra and affirmation, we start activating that state of consciousness inside. So this is a very active call to the light. Come and find me. Don't be lazy. Do your inner work. Yeah? Don't get caught up in all the excuses and all the self-pity and the lamentation and this and that. Find me in the darkness. You're responsible to find me in the darkness, okay? So let's take a deep breath and give it 27 times. Find me in the darkness. 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 The masters gave us this affirmation mantra a couple of years ago when I was asking the Ascended Masters, what's next in our collective journey? And the inner voice said, find me in the darkness. He said, or she said, or it said, it's easy to find me when everything is fine. It's easy to find God, the light, and to be a believer and to keep the faith when things go the way you want them to go. But then God said, see if you can find me in the darkness. That's how you complete the teaching, right? That comes full circle for you. Because then you will never ever find separation with me, and you will see that even in the most challenging moments, I'm there. but you have to expand your consciousness a little bit to see me. Okay? And that was a great teaching, because no matter what is going on, God, light, luminosity is always there. If you just focus on that and expand it, it dissolves all the karma in that moment, or of that moment. I mean, not all the karma of that moment at least, right? Find me in the darkness. How easy it is for human beings to praise God, to be believers, to have faith when things go right. When we have money and a good job and health and friends and everything is going fine, that's no proof of faith, because it's easy to keep the connection in those moments. It's obvious, right? But our job, our responsibility as chelas of the Ascended Masters, disciples of the Masters, is to never give up on the light. We have to hold on to it. It's always there, but we get distracted, we get confused. Yes, because we have attachments and addictions and things we have developed, and then we go after all those things and we lose sight of the light. Yes, and then we create our own hell, but that hell is not outside. Even Buddhists say karma is in the mind. There's no real karma, it's in the mind. That it's real as long as the mind is distorting cosmic energy, right? So enlightenment would be the antidote for all of that. But till we get there collectively, find me in the darkness. So this means that you have no attachment, no aversion to any experience. You're neutral about everything. You accept life as it is. You go through the steps of initiation. You're not protecting yourself or defending yourself from anything, because the light is always there. There's nothing to be protecting ourselves from. Only the paranoid mind creates that world we have to defend ourselves from. Nobody's attacking us. There's no danger outside. Why do we develop all these protection mechanisms, defense mechanisms, compensation mechanisms? It's us protecting ourselves from our own delusion. It's us waking up to the neurosis of our own mind every single day. If you dissolve that, what you see is love, perfection, beauty, generosity, interconnectedness, support, cosmic support all the time. So we are responsible to transform our world. Because your world is your world. It's your perception of reality. So it just requires you. That it requires you wanting to dismantle your whole egoic matrix, the whole lie that is inside. And then we blame others for staying in the lie for so long. So come out of it. Truth above all else. Search the truth. Look for the truth. You know? Find me in the darkness. So this goes beyond understanding, mental understanding. If you start giving this affirmation mantra, you will start transmuting those pockets of darkness inside, because you will develop the willingness and proactivity to challenge unreality in every moment. That requires the master in you doing that. Yes. So this is the tool for this month. Find me in the darkness. You can do the I am light decree, because that charges your lower bodies, etheric, mental, emotional, physical, the lower bodies with light. Only with a lot of light can we find light in the darkness, because it's difficult. It's not so obvious, right? So you can do the I am light decree to charge all your bodies with light, cosmic light, and then practice this mantra affirmation on a daily basis. You can do a full mala, half a mala, a quarter of a mala, or if you don't have a mala, a couple of minutes a day. Just give it a go, try it. Even if you say, well, it's just a short phrase, what can this assist me with? Just try it. Find me in the darkness, find me in the darkness, find me in the darkness. It will also awaken your leadership skills inside. Yes, because the leader is the ones that really wants to overcome things. It's not passive, it's not waiting. It's not waiting for someone to rescue them. It's not waiting for someone to save them. It's not waiting for an apology from someone. It's not waiting for someone to do this or that for me, for my liberation. I'm going to find the light everywhere. Yes. And ultimately, you become that light. You dissolve all the disconnection with that light, the separation with that light. So for the ones who really feel called to walk the path of the Ascended Masters, we have a course that is called Master Your Destiny. It's all that we teach there is that. How do you master destiny when you have karma? Yes, it's difficult because we have to balance that karma to master our destiny. Otherwise, we'll go into the ancestral energy again and the destiny of our ancestors, and it's not what is meant for us to be manifesting in this embodiment. So there's a lot we have to learn in the mystery school, in the path of the Ascended Masters, to really master our destiny and not be swallowed up by karma again. Okay? So master destiny is to stop looping, to dissolve our karmic and ancestral imprints. There's no way to be victorious without balancing karma. It's obvious, right? And we teach you how to create a prosperous life. Prosperous is not you're going to become a millionaire, or it's not about that type of abundance. It's about making progress, using this life to make spiritual progress. Yes, you want to become liberated on a soul inner level. For that, we all need a light network. It's not very realistic that we will do that on our own at home, even if we read interesting books and stuff, because we need a whole network of light to do that. We have to challenge our reality, and it's a tough matrix. It's very real at the beginning, and we suffer, all that. So we have to come to the other side of that suffering. And so we teach a path of 33 light codes. It's a technology to shift from the small self or the ego to the higher self or the Christ self in us. And is to really become Chila's disciples of the Ascended Masters. Yes, to really do this seriously. No wishful thinking here. So as a summary, in that path of 33 light codes, the Master Destiny path is you learn how to align with the divine will. That's foundational. Awaken your divine vision, not the human goal, the divine vision. Embrace divine love, cosmic love. Surrender to the rituals of inner purification. Who finds that easy? Surrendering to the rituals of inner purification. Remember the principles of divine health and abundance. Divine health and abundance. Explore the gifts of service. And choose soul freedom, soul liberation. Ultimately, transcending the cycle of samsara, the cycle of suffering. So for that, we invite everyone, the new ones who are listening to us today, to start that. And Simbel and Swana, they are our life mentors in our community. They have been training with us for many years, and they can offer you free introductory calls if you want to get started and you want to really learn about this path and how to become a disciple of the Ascended Masters. When you start mentoring with an Ascended Master and then the embodied masters here on earth, that will accelerate your spiritual path. You will transcend karma faster because you receive all the tools in the mystery school to do that, okay? But it requires love for your freedom that you do that. You have to care for your life. You have to use it well, learn how to use life force energy in a constructive way. And that's all the path of Master Destiny. Yes. So for the ones who feel the calling of Master Jesus and Kuthumi and all the brotherhood to become active Chilas and to help with collective liberation and to usher in a golden age and to get prepared for that seriously, we really encourage you to contact either Simbel or Swana. If you go to our website, which is enlightened-education.com, there's one course there called Master Your Destiny. Maybe Yantal, you can share that in a few moments, and maybe discuss with them. They have very flexible times and days. We suggest a day on the website, but it's just for you to have an idea of what we're offering. But then, of course, you can choose another day and time with them. And they can really share their experience and how you can get started. We have also scholarships for that if you need financial support, but most don't really need the financial support. It's just breaking through certain attachments to choose the path of light. It's not about money or time ever, but we can even help you with that. So does anyone here want to know something more concrete about how you can become a Chela of the Masters, and that means you have the sponsorship of the Brotherhood. To have the sponsorship of Ascended Masters means exactly that. They will fast track you. They will give you guidance, protection. You're not alone walking the path. It's amazing how when you make the connection with the Masters, if something dangerous, let's say, could happen, maybe it won't happen, because they are always watching and overlighting you. And if you have to go through a karmic situation, they will allow you to have that because you have to learn something, but they will help you mitigate lots of experiences, right? Just because you're willing to learn, you have the commitment to be balancing your karma, and they teach you how to do that. And you have all the love of those masters because they want you to be victorious. And all of us here, we have wasted so many lifetimes not following the path all the way. I think it's an act of love to be doing that in this embodiment, and in this community we have all the tools for that, all the support, lots of resources. The path of the 33 light codes you can take as long as you want. You'll be receiving 1 light code per week for this point of light that you will be focusing on every single week. That will dissolve karma on a weekly basis, and you will learn more mystery school teachings. So if there's any question, you have there the link on the chat box for the ones who want to inquire into that. But is there any question about how you become prepared to be a Chela of the Masters, and you can serve the light, and you can serve this golden age by transforming yourself in the process?
Well, I sent the message. I just wanted to thank you for all of your work, all of your love. I get a little nervous being on film.
Don't worry, it happens. That happens to all of us, yes.
So it's come right on time.
Good.
So, oh, I'll
Did
talk.
did you feel the shift today a little bit?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. So when you come open and willing to receive, okay, letting all of the whatever you're feeling, the pain, I've always been quite empathic, and we're in a time where it's just heavy. Oof. But it's time to walk in my purpose.
Yeah.
It's time to release the fear. It's time to release all of that. It's time to become disciplined. If I want to walk in my purpose in this way, I don't have forever. And it's time to release it, to open yourself to listen and to learn and to accept and to just let it be and quiet the mind and find those things to ground you. So that's what I'm doing. And here you guys are. When I read your message, it was unbelievable timing with what I needed to hear. So, being of an age in my 60s now, I no longer have to wait in retrospect so long to hear. I felt it immediately. So, it was kind of like coming home. So, I'm ready and willing to do the work and to make the time and to get out of my own way. So I just want to thank you, all of you, for all of your blessings, for all of your sacrifices that you have made to be here today. And it's always been kind of in the last 2 times something to like get in my way. And if I had 30 minutes left, I was not going to let my day go by without being touched by all of you. So thank you. Blessings to all of you, and I will make all my efforts to be back here next time. So I appreciate you. I send my love to all of you, and it is just, like I said, it feels like home.
Beautiful. So Rochelle, if you want to maybe have an introductory session, no strings attached, but just to, either get to know Simbel or Swana and know how to get started. We have many options in this community. Do reach out, okay?
Yeah.
That initial conversation is all that you need. and you'll feel the support of them. And have creative ways in which we can help everyone move forward on this platform.
Yes. So thank you. I do better writing.
And by the way, thank you for mentioning that. So all the ones who especially are new and you want to leave a testimonial on our website, you can go to the All is Possible. You can do it here in the chat box if you want, but if you want to take more time, on our website, you go to All is Possible, where you registered for this retreat, and you can leave a testimonial down there. It's always very, very beneficial to inspire others to join us every first Sunday of the month. So next All is Possible is October the 5th. It's always the first Sunday. The link is always the same one for all the All is Possible. But if you forget about the link, you can register again or send us an email, okay? But these are not once in a lifetime retreats. It's if you keep on coming and coming and coming, that creates a spiral of light. And that's how then you can have more increment, more momentum to keep on going. So we appreciate that you keep on coming and share this space with us. Yeah.
And discipline.
Part of the discipline, right?
Yes,
To
yes.
create momentum.
Yes. So
Thank you,
ladies. I appreciate you.
So much. So many blessings to all. Thank you for all your collaboration today and bringing all your light and love to this force field. And hope to see you back on October the 5th. Many, many blessings. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ladies.